Om Shanti and good morning. Somebody could just present the Murli. Thank you, Vijit Bhai. So today Baba is, and we'll be reading Murli Bab Dada spoke on 28th of December 1982. And in this Murli, Baba is talking about being a constant and stable and perfect sparkling star, right? Baba says in your consciousness, you should always have the consciousness of being a star, being the child of the star, and looking at stars. And Baba has also gone on to explain what's the significance of being a star and what's the significance of this confluence age. And then while meeting the groups, Baba has given the importance back, and Baba has given the impetus on why it is important to be following the code of conduct. And when we stop, the first thing that happens when we get distracted from this knowledge is not following some part of the code of conduct. So it's always important, Baba says in this Murli, that we continue to follow the discipline and the code of conduct day in, day out. So let's hear from Bab Dada itself. The title of the Murli is Become a Constant and Stable, Perfect Sparkling Star. Bab Dada is looking at each child and is pleased to see each child's present stage of being absorbed in love and in his future attainment. So there are two things that everybody has in mind. One, extreme love for Bab Dada, and second, extreme happiness of the future attainment, which is guaranteed. Right? So both the things are there in the stage right now, and that is what Baba is pleased to see. Baba says, what were you, what you have become, and what are you going to become in the future? Compared with the world, each child is a special soul. So this is one question that Baba has put up. What were you? What have you become at present? And what are you going to be in the future? So the past, the present, and the future. All three should be in mind. And Baba is reminding us. Baba says, compared to the world, each child is a special soul. The star of fortune is sparkling on each child's forehead. Let there be the practice of constantly looking at the star of fortune. Our happiness stays until we remember our fortune. And the moment the fortune is lost or we stop remembering the fortune, and that's when the happiness also goes away. And that's when ordinariness comes in and the specialities go away. So Baba says you should constantly practice looking at the star of fortune, because that's how we'll remember that we are special. Each of us are special souls at this confluence age and coming forward in the golden age as well. Continue to increase this practice, the practice of constantly looking at the star of fortune. Wherever you look, whoever you see, let there be the natural practice of seeing the body but not seeing it. Baba says in Hindi, "Dekhte hue bhi nahi dekhna hai." While I'm seeing the body, I'm still not seeing it, right? Because I see through the body at the star, which is interacting with me, which is looking at me. Let your vision always go to the sparkling star. So today, the practice that I need to do is whoever I come in contact with, whoever I interact with, whoever I remember, I only see that sparkling star and not the body at all. Baba says, when your vision is naturally spiritual, then the vision of the world will fall on you sparkling stars of the earth. That's the rule, Baba says. When our visions become spiritual, the world is able to see us. And why the world is not able to still see us the way we are, which Baba calls in Hindi, the pratyakshta, or why are they not able to see the soul and the body when we are talking to them, is probably because we at that moment are not spiritual on our own, right? Our vision probably is not of the star. That's why they are not able to see the star in us. So if we want them to see stars, we need to see stars. That's what Baba is saying. At present, souls of the world are still searching. They have begun to have the feeling and touching that some power is carrying out the task. However, although they are searching, they don't know who it is or where it is. So there is that touching that there is some power that's doing its work. But who is that power? Where is that power? That they don't know and they're searching for it. And if you see, even right now, when the Mahakumbh is going on, there are so many people across the world who come. And why are they coming? Why are they attending? It's only because they are in search of something. And they know that, they'll find it here in Bharat. But what is it? Where is it? That they don't know. And they're searching. Baba says, it is gradually becoming apparent that it'll only be from Bharat that they will receive spiritual light. This is why the vision of the world has moved away from everywhere else and has fallen on Bharat. That's true, and much more true today. Everybody looks at Bharat for, uh, you know, solitude and spirituality. And there are lots and lots of souls, even young souls, who probably younger bodies, who are taking on to monkhood and, going to the Himalayas or, taking on to spirituality, Hinduism, yoga, Hatha yoga, in search of their spirituality. So Baba says, however, it is yet to become clear where in Bharat and who in Bharat the instrument to give spiritual light will be. So it's not clear yet. They don't know yet. They're still searching. They don't know that this is where the light was coming from, or this is where the touching was coming from. Baba says, everyone is ultimately trying to discover who in Bharat is the Dharmatma soul and who is the Supreme Soul out of all the so called spiritual souls there. They are engrossed in the thought, is it that one or is it this one? Somebody says it's Sai Baba, somebody says it's someone else. So they are confused and they are engrossed and conflicted. Who is this one? Is this that one or is that? But the search is for the Supreme Soul and the search is for that special soul, Brahma Baba's soul, right? That's what they're searching for. And for the special souls, and that is us, lighthouses. Baba says, they haven't yet arrived at a decision that it is this one. Who will show such wandering souls the right goal and the right destination? You double foreigners think that you are the ones who will do this? So why are you making these poor, helpless souls wander around so much? So Baba is putting the blame on us. And the blame is on us. The more we are distracted, the more we lose focus from our goals. These poor, helpless souls are continue to wander around. Baba says, make your stage so constant that they constantly see the sparkling star. See, that's the definition of when Baba says you're a lighthouse, or when Baba says stay in the self respect of being a lighthouse. They should be able to see the route to the right, in the right direction through that lighthouse. That's what the job of lighthouse is, to show the right direction, to point out to the place of or the destination, right? And when they'll see all sparkling stars at one place, they'll know that this is the place where the light was coming from. Because when there are too many stars at one place, that place becomes enlightened, or there's a lot of light that comes from that place. So Baba says, your sparkling light needs to be visible from a distance. As yet, only the souls who come into contact and relationship with you experience this. They do experience, we do give the experience of sparkling light, but only to the souls who come in contact and in relationship. And they do feel that there's some speciality that they have. They have something which I don't have. What is it? Those kind of thoughts come to their mind when they come in contact with us. But Baba says, however, this touching and vibration has to spread far into the distance. So they should know there is a sparkling star somewhere. That's where the light is coming from. Go there. Even though they don't know us, they don't have any contact with us, but still they should have that pull of the sparkling star. That should be the power of our focused vision of sparkling star, or the consciousness of sparkling star. Baba said. So there is a need for this practice. At present, you have to invite them to come and experience this. We have to invite them for yoga bhakti, or anything that we do, so that they can experience the sparkling star, their own and ours. Baba says, however, what will happen when you sparkling stars remain stable in your perfect stage like the sun and the moon? When moths are naturally drawn to a physical lamp, the flame doesn't go to invite them, but the yearning moths go there by themselves from wherever they are. It's their pull. They're not able to stop it. They're just pulled to the flame. The flame is just burning. It doesn't do anything. The moths are naturally drawn and pulled to the flame. In the same way, souls who are wandering and searching will automatically come to you, sparkling stars, at a fast speed in order to attain something and to meet you. Hmm? Whatever they need, they might be in need of love, they might be in need of peace, they might be in need of satisfaction or something, or just to meet, just for some drishti. So they'll come and they'll want to come and meet you. From far off, they'll get that attraction if we are in our perfect stable stage. Therefore, all of you will have to do the service of helping those souls receive their right to liberation and liberation in life from the Father in a second at a fast speed. Mm. The more we are, going forward in this, confluence age, the things are becoming very, very fast. Look at technology, right? It's becoming more and more subtle. And that's what our speed in the confluence age also needs to be. The speed of service also needs to be fast. And if you see, it has become fast. The way service used to happen earlier and the way service happens now, it's different. And it has to be more and more and more subtle. It has to be based on a pull and not on a push. Baba says, at this time, you are playing the parts of the master bestowers. The parts of master teachers are being played at this time. However, you know, you now have to become the children of the Satguru and play your parts of bestowers of the blessings of liberation and salvation, right? So, as Baba is the father, the teacher, and the Sadguru, the same parts need to be played by the children. The master father, which means that giving the sustenance to Baba's children is a seva. Then the master teacher, giving the teachings, giving the knowledge, sharing your churning of that knowledge is also a service. But Baba says now is the time to become the master Sadguru. And as a Sadguru, what does Baba give? Baba gives the blessings of liberation and salvation in a second. Baba says, do you know what the form of Master Sadguru is? At the moment, the part of the father and the teacher is especially being played. This is why the father is sometimes proud of you children, but he also has to watch your mischievous games. In the form of the teacher, he constantly reminds you of the one lesson. The final blessing in form of the certificate of liberation and salvation will be given in a second by the form of Satguru. The Baba says the form of Satguru or the will be more prominent towards the end where we are right now, right? So Baba is also changing the form. He started with sustenance, of as the father, and then when we all started understanding the knowledge, then he changed to the form of the teacher. He still is teaching us, but now at this moment, Baba is moving more and more into the form of the Sadguru. So Baba says the same thing as a master Sadguru, all of you need to do in a second, just by looking at you, they should be able to get the certificate of liberation and salvation. Baba says, the form of Sadguru means those who follow completely. This is to be underlined. Those who follow completely. They are the ones who completely follow every word of the Sadguru. You will now experience such a form of the Father and also your own form in a practical way. Are we experiencing the Sadguru form of the Father? We should think and we should churn on this particular point that Baba says, that you will experience such a form of the Father. Are we experiencing? And also your own. And how much have I experienced my own form of Master Sadguru? The form of the Sadguru means the one who makes you perfect and equal to himself and takes you back home. The form of the Sadguru and even a Master Sadguru is the one that takes you beyond with one glance. Baba has said in many Murlis, towards the end of the confluence age, this will be the only part that both Baba and the children will play. And that is of the drishti, at one glance, that one drop, and they will feel, the souls will feel that I got what I wanted. This is what I was looking for. That will be the liberation and salvation for them. Baba says, as soon as you give directions, they are liberated. This is why a mantra given by a guru is very famous. This is the in bhakti also, they give mantras. The gurus give mantra, and once you take the mantra, they say that you're changed and you become special because the guru has given you the mantra, and it happens in a second. So that's a tradition which started in the confluence age right now, giving salvation and liberation in a glance. Baba says, when they receive a mantra in a second, they feel that they've attained liberation. A mantra means elevated directions. Huh? So the feeling is not everybody gets this. I'm special and I'm liberated. You will give Srimad with such a powerful stage that souls will feel that they have found the destination of liberation and salvation. Adopt such a powerful stage now. You all are stars, but now what is the light? Baba says you all are stars, but now what is the light? So star is two things, right? One is the form of a star, and then there's a light that comes from the star. So we all are stars, but what is the light? Baba says you're constantly sparkling, perfect stars. Reveal yourself in this way. Did you hear what you have to do? You double foreigners are those who move at a fast speed, are you not? Or do you stop and start? You don't sometimes hide behind the clouds, do you? Do clouds come? These are Baba's giving checking points. Are we fast movers? Or do we stop and then start? We get tired and then sprints? Or do we hide behind the clouds? And whether clouds come and bother us or not? So these are checking points for us. Baba says, if such perfect sparkling stars sometimes hide in the clouds, then the souls of the world would not be able to see them very clearly. So have the thought of remaining constantly stable and constantly shine like the sun. Acha, to all double foreign children and all the serviceable children everywhere, to those who are equal to the Father and who constantly follow in the thought, word, and deed, to the children who are constantly seated on the Father's heart throne, to those who are master comforters of hearts and as lighthouses, constantly show wandering souls the path. Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Then Bap Dada goes on to meet groups. He's meeting the Nairobi group. Baba says, you're all number one in the race, are you not? The sign of number one is to win everything. That is, to claim number one. Do not be defeated by anything. Be constantly victorious. So, you residents of Nairobi are constantly victorious, are you not? You don't sometimes stop whilst moving along, do you? What is the reason for stopping? It is definitely when there have been some ups and downs in following the code of conduct or the discipline that you stop. So Baba says, what is the main and only reason when we stop? When there's some ups and downs, when we mix our own manmat, that Baba says, our own thought process to the code of conduct and try to mold it to suit ourselves or the discipline. That's when we either slow down or we stop for some time. Baba says, however, this confluence age is for becoming the most elevated beings who follow the highest code of conduct. You are not a man or a woman, but a most elevated being. Constantly stay in this awareness. Prajapita Brahma is said to be the most elevated man of all. Therefore, all of you Brahma Kumaris and Kumars, the children of Brahma, have also become the most elevated beings, have you not? By staying in this awareness, you will constantly continue to be in the flying stage. You will not stop down below. You will not stoop down below. Instead of walking, you will constantly continue to fly up above because the confluence age is the age of the flying stage. In no other age is there a flying stage. So have the awareness that this is the age for the flying stage. This small confluence age in the middle of the golden age and the iron age. This small time is there for the flying stage to experience the flying stage that probably we won't be able to experience for the next 5,000 years. What mind would, not remember that? So Baba says, so have that awareness. The duty of the Brahmins is to fly and help others fly. Your original stage is the flying stage. Those who have the flying stage will overcome all problems in a second. They will overcome them in such a way that it'll be as though nothing happened. Have we experienced this? When we are in the flying stage, the problems come to us, but we don't experience the struggle that probably we might experience if we are not in the flying stage. It's like they come and they go. They just don't touch us. I'm sure all of us would have experienced that. Baba says, none of the things down below will disturb them. They will not cause any obstruction. When you fly in a plane, even the Himalayas don't become an obstruction. You go across the mountains with enjoyment. That's true. In the same way, the biggest problems become very easy for those who are in the flying stage. Baba says, Nairobi is claiming a number ahead, is it not? Now claim a number ahead in the service of VIPs. The number there is good, but we shall now see who brings VIPs here for the conference. Now claim a number in this. Now Bap Dada will see the race of everyone who brings the number one VIPs. Then Bap Dada is also signaling to the artists, and he's talking to the artists who paint pictures. Baba says, do you paint pictures just as artists, or do you stabilize yourself in that stage whilst painting them? What do you do? When other artists paint pictures, they just make ordinary pictures. What is the aim of painting the pictures here? Earlier, long time back, about 20, 25 years back, when you would go to Panda Bhavan, you would see a lot of painters, artists sitting and painting these paintings, right? It was a vision to see, and they used to be really happy doing that. These days, we don't see that because we have a printing press and everything is digital, but that was a vision to see, how those paintings were coming up, and so much of seva used to happen. And we used to interact with those artists and ask them how they come up or how they come about with such beautiful paintings. And the whole Panda Bhavan used to be full of these artists sitting somewhere or the other. So Baba says when other artists paint pictures, they just make ordinary pictures. What is the aim of painting the pictures here? When you paint the Father's painting, what speciality should it have? The painting should reveal the life. It should tell the story, is what Baba is saying. It should reveal when as soon as you look at the painting, because that's the first thing a new soul who comes or goes through. Just first thing they do is look at the painting. As soon as people go in front of the painting, they shouldn't experience it to be a painting, but as if they are seeing a living being. It's telling a story. In any case, the speciality of a painting is that it is experienced to be real, although it is just a painting. It is on the basis that a prize is received. With those paintings, they have different intentions. However, the aim of a spiritual painting is that the painting should reveal this living spirit. It should give the experience of spirituality. You are unique artists, not worldly artists. So Baba goes on to talk about how artists should be in their stable stages to be able to create paintings like this, which have a life of their own, which speak a story or which tell a story of their own, and which also act as a pull to what is there in store in this knowledge. So Baba says the painting should tell that you've not alone reached blessings, but you've reached a mine of blessings. Okay, we will move on in the interest of time, brother. So the next Baba is then meeting a group from Sweden. Yeah, this one. Baba says, constantly stay in the intoxication of being a victorious jewel who has faith in the intellect. The foundation of faith is constantly strong. Have faith in yourself, in the Father, and in the drama, and continue to move forward on this basis. Keep in front of you all your specialities, not your weaknesses, and you will have faith in yourself. Don't think about your weaknesses too much, and you will continue to move forward in happiness. Have the faith that you are holding on to the Father's hand, because those who hold on to His hand continue to move forward constantly. Since the Father is the Almighty Authority, those who are holding His hand have almost reached their destination. Even though you may be weak, your companion is strong, is he not? Right? So the more we have a feeling of being combined, being attached, and hand holding with Baba, with the Father, the Almighty, the more we feel strong. This is why you will be able to go across. Constantly maintain the awareness of being a constantly victorious jewel with this faith in the intellect. The past is past. Put a full stop to that and move forward. Even in Brahmin life, sometimes we do make mistakes. And Baba always keeps saying, don't dwell on the mistakes. Learn from it and move on. And don't repeat. Right? And keep looking at your specialities and move forward. So I think That's the key to happiness. Faith and looking only at my own specialities and others' specialities. So faith being combined with Baba, with the Almighty, and looking at specialities. Thank you, Baba. So we will give a minute of silence before we start the journey. Thank you. Okay. Would anybody want to share their journeys, please?
Om Shanti. Shiva Ben.
Om Shanti.
The whole Murli, when when you read, there's only one leher going on in all our efforts, where Baba says, Sakshatkar Murat Bano, Charo o Ruhaniyat ki leher phailao. I think this is what time to reveal him, his virtues, his powers. And for this Bab Dada in this Murli traces our journey. What were you? What have you become? And what you're going to become. Recognize your fortune. You are a sparkling star on the forehead, seeing the body but don't see. Because this is the first thing. The vision of the world will fall on you, sparkling star. And you rightly said today when we see the Kumbh Mela, we see the final moments where people are running and searching, and there is such discipline even in that. We don't see chaos or we don't see sorrow, we just see happiness that they have found something, because they know there is some powers, as Baba mentioned today, some Dharmatma's goal. Is it this? Is it that? But at least the destination, as you rightly said, is Bharat. That's what people are talking about. So we souls then, now at this moment, especially at the Kumbh Mela, we should become sparkling stars, show them the path. No need for us to go and tell, like as you see a stall in the Kumbh Mela, what was given. As they said, no need to invite them. If we are sparkling stars, they'll get attracted like moths and they pass, they will come. That's what I think I liked relating it to today's event. And for that, Baba says, become Master Sadguru.
Thank you, Giri Japan. Yes, today the whole Murli had this theme that, revelation, revelation, Baba kept saying. With your focus, with you being in your perfect stage, you will be able to reveal. And and since the time Baba has come in this world, since 1936, the feeling that the world souls have is that there is some treasure in Bharat. They are attracted to Bharat and they keep coming back, especially during these times. And sometimes you feel that they have everything that they need. Then why, what are they searching for? Right? Whatever material thing you can think of, they have it. Then what are they searching for? So today the souls are in the stage that whatever they were searching for materially, they've got it, and they've realized that happiness doesn't lie in material. It lies in spiritual. It lies in something that cannot be seen. That's true happiness, and that's what they're searching for. And yes, Master Sadguru, Baba spoke about being a Master Sadguru and what's the role of a Sadguru. Very little has Baba spoken about this in Murlis. He's spoken about being a master teacher. Baba's spoken a lot about giving sustenance, but being a master Sadguru is something that we should be churning on. So, any thoughts on that? Anyone?
Om Shanti. So, one thing is that being Master Sadguru, we'll have to give them a mantra. That's what Papa said. So, when Giving a mantra means, we give them the experience of taking them beyond, where they can experience Baba. So Baba says that's the elevated direction that we give them. So I think, um, uh, for all this, it is very important that we experience all that and then create that state of, mind, and uh, create that stage, elevated stage for us first, right? Only then, when they come into our contact and relationship, they will experience it, right? So Baba said they have to experience it from a distance. So just like the moth and flames, right? I mean, moth attracted to the flames naturally, right? So I feel it has to start from us. That's how the revelation takes place. So Baba says, reveal yourself. Om Shanti. Yeah. Thank you.
Very true. It starts from me, is what Baba keeps saying, You stay in your stage and automatically everything else would happen. Don't worry about how things will happen. That's what Baba says. Baba says you keep working upon yourselves. You keep constantly being in the perfect stage. You keep staying in the flying stage. Don't bother about the problems that will come. Don't bother about how the seva will happen. And this is true. If we focus on ourselves, things automatically happen, and all of us would have experienced this in some form and shape, in bits and pieces, even though not constantly, because there are ups and downs that we keep having. But this we would have experienced the Master Sadguru form, because whenever we are in that elevated stage of being that star, and then we look at other stars and we think of ourselves as special stars, combined with Baba, the other souls, they do get attracted. They do get that pull from you, but it's not constant. And how would it be when it's constant? How powerful that would be, how beautiful that scene would be when we are in our constant perfect stage. How attractive that would be to other souls who are searching for this. Any other thoughts on this?
One reflection is when we ourselves are in this stage and when we're interacting with anybody, whether you know them or you don't know them, there's something gets created and there's a discovery that happens between these two souls and they get direction to what they were searching for. And this just happened to me day before yesterday, when I was meeting with somebody that I wasn't knowing the person at all. But there's certain things that she was searching for. She got direction while the conversation was happening, and I had no idea what I'm speaking. I don't know who was getting those words out of me.
Yeah. So I think when we are in that stage, Baba acts through us. We don't know what we are saying. As you mentioned, you didn't know what you were saying, but you helped that soul. So Baba touched you and you spoke what the soul needed because you had that connection probably with Baba at that time. You were in your state. You were a vessel for Baba to channel his thoughts, his touchings to that soul.
Shivani Ben,
Yes.
you were mentioning that not much has been told about Master Sadhguru, but I think that is the only main lesson which pulled us over here. Because if you see FTS, Father, Teacher, Sadhguru, they are all a link. First, he pulled us as children. Then he taught us the mantra. And then he made us follow him. So Sadhguru Baba has already spoken about what is the Sadhguru. Now he became a Sadhguru. And if you even seen the word Sadhguru, Sadhguru, and the only Sat is now. Every other Guru Baba has mentioned in Murlis only create followers, but no one has guaranteed to the children or to their followers that yes, I'll take you back with me. They attain samadhi and they have their realization, they have everything, they are gone. They leave behind a legacy. but they have never promised that you children, we will be taken with you. So that I think was the attractive part of this knowledge, where Baba says, I am coming down now personally. I shall take with you. I shall first make you perfect and equal through the teacher form and all. Only thing Baba said mantra, which I think is more in teacher. And he is the one who does Nazar se Nihal. So he liberates. So I think this knowledge is full of Sat Guru. That's why Sat Chit Anand. If you see all the Shivratri Murlis, I have experienced this. He is the one, he is the only one. So I think the Murlis resonate with that. I just wanted to
Absolutely.
emphasize that.
Yes, absolutely, sister. I think most of the Murlis imply what being a Sadguru is, right? And Baba has many times spoken of his role as a Sadguru, what it entails, Nazar se Nihal, as you said, and two, three things that are main. One is taking us along, right? That's why he's the Sadguru, because all the other gurus, they don't take you along. They attain whatever stage they do, but they don't take their followers along. So how is he different from other gurus is what Baba keeps saying in Murlis. And there are a lot of implied sense that at least I have been able to make from what Baba wants us to do as a Master Sadguru. One is Nazar se Nihal, as you said. One is revelation, which will happen towards the end. One is pulling, being a lighthouse, pulling them is also being a Master Sadguru. But he's not in many Murlis given us the techniques of becoming the master Sadguru, while he's spoken about his role as a Sadguru. But but yes, as you said, most of the Murlis we can understand and we can realize this is what being a master Sadguru stage will be. That's very true, actually, sister. Thank you for bringing that out.
Because he wants to be the leader. Remember,
Yes,
we have to, so that's why
that's why
that
he
I
says
don't
follow
think that
father.
secret will never come totally. He wants to
Yeah.
still be at the front pulling his children.
And being a master Sadguru is also very, very subtle. You cannot tell what that stage is if you ask me. It's very subtle. You attain it. It's very difficult to explain in words, also. Well, Baba does it very beautifully many times. But we all would have experienced it in some form and shape, in bits and pieces. The stage of being a master Sadguru. And how can we make it constant? And Baba keeps talking about it, that this will be your end stage. This will be your end stage. And he keeps saying, in the end, you need to give that Anjali that Baba uses the word in Hindi, just that small drop of from the ocean will be sufficient for those souls. They will think and they will have a feeling that they've attained salvation, they've attained liberation, and this is the place they were looking for. So yes, it's the stage that is needed to be attained. It cannot be spoken in words as much. Okay, anything else anyone wants to add?
Shanti sister, good morning.
Om
Baba
Shanti.
talked about the flying stage. That is to overcome everything. That if you're in the flying stage, despite flying over big obstructions like over mountains, like Everest, you would find that you're still able to move on, carry on forward. That one point actually brought me visions. In the last few words that Baba said towards the Swedish folks, that is to maintain the awareness of being constantly victorious, to have the faith in yourself, that to move forward and put a full stop to the past. These are all certain great things that Baba, I think, again inspired us. Thank you, Baba. Yeah. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. Yes, Baba spoke about the flying stage. Again, we would have experienced this when we are in flying stage, when we are in our happy stage, completely happy. Nothing bothers us, and that's such a beautiful treasure of confluence age, of being happy. When there's sadness all around, you go out of your house, there's sadness. Within the house, there's sadness. But Baba has given us this treasure. It's in our hands, the flying stage, where we can be, what do I say? We can create a canopy around ourselves through that flying stage, and nothing that is happening around us can bother us, can touch us. But what happens when that flying stage is, we come down from that flying stage is, I think Baba also mentioned somewhere that we don't follow that code of conduct or discipline, and we forget and start looking at our weaknesses, is when we come down from our flying stage. The flying stage would only remain till the time we have our own self respect and we look at our specialities of being a special soul. That's what Baba said. And whatever happens, don't dwell on the wrong things. Things will happen. Baba has said this till the end. We will make mistakes, but don't dwell on it, and learn and move on, is what Baba said in the Murli today. So, yes, that's a beautiful point to bring out, brother. Thank you.
Sister,
Okay.
just adding to that, when you just mentioned what happens when you come down from the flying stage, in the aircrafts as well, it says terrain, that you have to
Yeah.
fly high. You will collide
Yes.
otherwise.
Yeah.
That means to say we will probably end up in sadness or sorrowness or discourage.
Yeah.
That's why we have to keep our consciousness high and keep flying. Thank you.
Yeah. So that we also get those warning signs. Beautiful. Thank you. Thanks for all the churning. So we will give a minute of silence. Thanks, Baba. And then we'll start our day. Yes, please, Vijit brother.
Yeah, we have a quick announcement for this Sunday master class. So this Sunday we have a special class, by David Kilofsky from Gyan Sarovar. That there is a art gallery right by him. So the topic of this Sunday would be the power of presence. So I request everyone to attend this session and take the complete benefits. We'll be sharing the flyers soon in the WhatsApp group. Right? Yeah, so with that, over to you, Shivani sister, for meditation. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Vijit brother. So we will give a minute to 2 minutes of silence. We'll all thank Baba for the beautiful Murli, for giving us this beautiful life. And then we'll start our day. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Shivani Ben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a lovely day.